Yes, good morning. Enjoying a nice, warm, tasty beverage this fine, what day is it? Tuesday morning of our brand new Vike Flair mug. That is right. Get it down below in the description. Our friends at Teespring, producer Allie put in work. Reward her work. Order up some Vike Flair today. So the Vikings finally making a big splash of free agency. Here we go. Pioneer Press's Chris Thomas and our boy reporting that the Vikings are reportedly interested in re-signing veteran safety Andrew Sendejo, or as some of you may call him during game day, Andrew Pendejo. You know. Now, I know. Why the Vikings wasting time here? Stupid Spielman. Just like, they should be re-signing Anthony Harris and J-Ron Curse and all that other stuff. I get it. But also, I don't see either happening, so this is a decent hedging of your bets here. Like I mentioned, Harrison is currently the only safety on the Vikings 90-man roster that includes active players as well as futures contracts, so need a little bit of safety help. And Andrew Sendejo, even though he's a little bit older, a little bit long in the tooth, it's decent, right? He had his best year in 2017, his third year as a full-time starter, had a 80.9 overall PFF grade, 71 tackles, and a robusto. Actually, no. What's the opposite of robusto? A minuscule 59.8 quarterback rating with thrown at. So he was awesome. He's really fantastic. Again, I would have to say besides Anthony Harris's past two seasons, that Sendejo, those couple of years previously, was the best running mate with Harrison Smith overall Harrison's entire career here with the Vikings, where Sendejo just working his way up. Where, remember, he came in as a UDFA, I think it was with the Cowboys. He ended up playing in the UFL, I think under Denny Green, and then he went to the Jets. He went through a couple other stops, came here to the Vikings, and was a fringe roster special teams guy. Eventually, he couldn't beat out Hussein Abdullah and Jamarcus Sanford. Eventually, he worked his way up, and when Zimmer came in, it just clicked, and Andrew Sendejo turned out to be a really decent starter. Now, I know sometimes he gets crap from some of the fans. They're like, oh, well, he was the weak link on the Zimmer defense. Well, someone has to be the weak link, and that doesn't mean he's necessarily bad. Maybe the defense is great, and Andrew Sendejo is just working his way up there. But 2017 divisional round, the miracle game, that dirty ass hit from Michael Thomas that put that flatline Sendejo. That I actually don't think that he was right at all throughout the 2018 offseason, throughout the 2018 season either. I just think taking a shot like that, it takes a while to recover, and it just seemed like 34 was never quite the same after that for at least a year. And also, Anthony Harris is ready to rise up in 2018, so it sort of worked out fortuitously. But then he left in free agency, signed a one-year, $1.3 million deal with the Eagles, cut after 9 weeks, eventually brought back to the Vikings, played in 6 games, including both playoff games. He was really huge in the Saints' wild card win on the road. He played slot cornerback. Everyone and their mother thought, it was like, oh, it's going to be J-Ron Curse in the slot. Oh, it's Sendejo playing slot against Michael Thomas, and it worked out. A little bit of karma there, and had an overall 73.7 PFF grade the 6 games that he was back. Now, he does turn 33 in September, so a little bit long in the tooth and a little bit gray in the beard, you know what I mean? But bring him back on a 1-year veteran minimum deal with next to nothing guaranteed. I don't see the harm in it. I mean, you do have to fill out the 90-man roster, and it is a decent, like I mentioned, just hedging your bet in terms of what happens in the future. If you can't re-sign Harris, if you can't re-sign Curse, which it looks likely at this point, and also like Sendejo and Harrison have worked well in the field together, and also, I mean, safety is still a need in the draft, but it's not a pressing, overdrafting, just trying to make a square peg fit in a round hole type need at this point, because it would suck if you're in on one of the top 3 safeties, whether it be McKinney, Delpit, or Winfield, but there's a great offensive lineman there. And then you're just like, okay, I guess we have to take safety because we have no better fallback options. And then Pat Elflein ends up starting week 1 for the Vikings, which would be my nightmare. Right? So with Sendejo there, safety obviously still a need, and if he gets great value, especially early in the draft at safety, you're going to take one, but also you're not being forced to take one, if you know what I mean. And also, you save yourself from tossing out a mid to late round rookie or even like a Chris Boyd at a safety week 1. So I think Sendejo is a fine starter. If some of the young guys do step up and outperform him, you can cut him with no muss, no fuss. It's whatever. But I think Sendejo, even at his veteran age, does bring some attitude and physicality to the defense that sorely needs it. And I love it. I don't mind bringing him back at all. But your thoughts? Vikings potentially re-signing Andrew Sendejo? Let us know in the comment section below. Also, subscribe for daily Vikings takes. If you want to support the work, pull us up in the Venmo. Please give us a follow on social media as well. But until next time, woo! Production value.